Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. And look at Luca. Look at this. Powerful, strong, lovely, amazing Luca. And we're about to talk to March so we can get ready to set off.
After all this craziness, nothing is better than staying safe in reality.
I suppose so, yeah. But there's still that paranoia there. You know what I mean? I think it's so understandable to have that paranoia too. What is the Radiant Feldspar?
It's a massive airship, and it's awesome.
The way she said that.
I heard it's never shown to the public. Only VIP guests of the family get to board it.
Okay.
And enjoy the breathtaking views of Penacony.
Interesting, okay.
The Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit baskets, plus this fancy button model. After you're back on your feet, you can enjoy them all. We are pretty much celebrities on the planet of festivities now, aren't we?
That's pretty sweet. Okay, so in a way we did become celebrities in the end and heroes. Okay, so it's an airship. Tell me more about the current state of Penacony.
The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping.
Oh!
The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories.
That's really interesting though, right? For a Stellaron to be sealed while we were sleeping. I actually think that's a very interesting way to do it.
The family's official statement was like, the Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt. After all, they can't just reveal the truth about the Order.
I mean, they could. Let's be honest here. And here's the thing, by the way, I understand someone's going to be like, Calvin, actually, if they do this, then it's going to cause havoc and all this stuff too. Yes, that is a natural consequence of keeping the truth away from people and people being lied to for years. And they've been doing this for years. Like the family has done this for years, but they've kept the truth away from the people in Penacony. The people who are in Penacony deserve to know the truth as well. That's always going to be my stance. But I'm also aware of the consequences of the truth. And I think that's important to say, right?
Now, all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting.
I bet they have. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's like, just because I'm saying that the truth should be the thing that's said more than anything, doesn't mean that, I don't know the consequence of the truth. You know what I mean? What happened to you in Ina's dream?
Why the sudden interest in that? Well, I was dragged into the sweet dream. I felt a cold tentacle diving into my memories. But something else was there. So the tentacle suddenly disappeared.
Okay.
And then I dreamed about stuffing my face with delicious food and
okay.
going on a shopping spree.
Heck yeah.
Sunday didn't seriously believe that was the life I wanted, right? Breaking free from that cheesy illusion was just a piece of cake. So
it seems like even the idealized version of these characters, of what they wanted, wasn't a perfect illusion as it said it was going to be. It maybe took aspects from their personality and tried to exasperate them and make them bigger. So maybe March loves delicious food and she loves going shopping. That's fine. That's love. I love delicious food and I love shopping as well, right? But it's not something I would like to do all the time. You know what I mean? You want to break from it. There's other stuff you love too. Let's go to meet up with the others.
Yeah, let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship, so let's catch up with everyone at Dream Jolt Hostelry.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where maybe it takes aspects that that you would love again, but not everything is going to be perfect. Man, look at these people. Oh my God, there she is. Okay, yeah. We assumed that they wouldn't just kill her off in that moment. They were talking about the 3 deaths and stuff as well. We prevented the 3rd.
How extravagant.
Whoa.
Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
So Silverwolf knew. Oh my God, it's such an amazing place to look at, right? But Silverwolf knew obviously this is something she wanted to do.
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah. Firefly's a short gal. Silverwolf is very short.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it.
Silverwolf has made friends. Silverwolf has made friends here. She has friends that appreciate her for who she is as... And by the way, I'll make it clear, I think that Blade generally does appreciate... At least Blade. I'm not saying the other ones don't, but I think Blade at least cares about her as Firefly. But she wants that for the whole world. She wants the whole world to know her as Firefly.
Just a heads up. You're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, So keep a
F them if they think that they're ever going to go near Firefly. F them. I will fight the whole Bloodhound family. I will powerbomb every single one of them. I will throw every one of them into the pit. You don't have to worry about anything. I will let you fight
And
them.
this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's got to be a whole new experience.
There
for
we go.
you, right?
To me, this shows that to me this is a good side of the, as we saw this a Blade as well, but in a very subtle way. And Silverwolf asking this question to me as well 100% makes it known that like the other Stellar Hunters realize that Firefly wants to be Firefly, and I think it's really cool to show that with Silverwolf as well.
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part.
See, I love they're showing this. It's not just Blade. All the Stellar Hunters know of Firefly's wish to be Firefly.
Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
With
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no trace.
wait, hacked all the systems in Penacony? Wait, also as well, like when she says like now you're as Firefly, does she mean in Penacony or does she mean like? Oh, you know what it probably is? Yes, I know. She's not saying figuratively. She's saying in the wanted picture. I think that's what she's saying, which to me is incredible. Like again, how amazing is that as a story point that like Firefly sees her own picture in the wanted photo, and it's her and not Sam this time. That has to feel so good.
Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go
Oh my god.
wherever you want, unbothered.
Silverwolf hacked this place, knowing that she wanted to move freely as Firefly. Like, again, once again, how can you not love the Stellar Hunters? They are incredible. They're absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
And man, that little laugh as well.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love
I know she's being playful here as well, Miss Samuel.
Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I heard the Genius Society is here. How about we go stir up some
Of course Silverwolf wants to do something like this. Of course she does.
Well, you know, my script isn't over yet.
Oh, she still has stuff to do here in Penacony?
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
So she brought her back. So Silverwolf brought her back. And now she's upset that like she's talking about the script. She wants to hear what Firefly wants to do. I'm telling you, I love the Stellar Hunters. I love them.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities.
Wait, so maybe she did well, I guess like since Sunday 1, that was the 3rd death, I guess. Yeah.
How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually
She's still trying to go. Again, this time she's looking for the reward of the script, but like it feels like once again she's still trying to look for all those different possibilities. Amazing stuff this scene
You
is.
may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question,
Yes.
you've already made up your mind. And the words will dissuade you.
I love that.
Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too.
Okay.
Just swipe my card. You know the pin.
So again, this is amazing, right? Kafka's like, if you see anything in Penacony, just like, get it for me too, and you know my pin and you have my card. Like, I love that so much because again, that shows the trust between the Stellar Hunters. It shows the care once again. It shows that they all know each other well enough. Honestly, like they are to me, like so far, the most united faction on all of, in the entire galaxy. In the entire solar system, whatever they call it. You know what I mean? They're so united in that sense. And like this again shows a care from Silverwolf that is so beautiful to me. It is, and and again, the reason I think this is a beautiful thing from Kafka is like to trust someone with your pin, guys. That's like family. You know what I mean?
She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress.
Like it's lovely. It's just an
sunglasses,
amazing
or
scene.
Something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Are you kidding me? Fashionista with the jacket over here?
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Maybe.
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself.
Yeah, she's shopping for herself as well.
Oh, by the way, Blade wanted
There we
to
go,
see
my
your
god!
girl. He didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony. He's always so subtle.
I love that though. Again, once again, showing Blade's care for Firefly. It's not him saying like, because he didn't say that before as well. He didn't say, he said, I hope you'll find what you're looking for. Right? That's not a direct way of saying like, it's not a direct, it's not a pat on the back, it's not a hug, but it's Blade's way of hugging, right? In this way too, saying kind of like this thing, temptation will show up again in Penacony, is like, I hope she'll be careful. You know what I mean? It's so beautiful, these Stellar Hunters.
Got it. He was just worried.
Of course
about
he
me.
is.
Relax, Silverwolf. You know me.
I love this.
Don't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for
Heck yeah.
myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1.
Oh, that's
And
so
if you
sweet.
don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never
Aw.
refuses. Or maybe I'll give it to Blade. He'll appreciate
This is so
it.
sweet, and I love the way the personality here is as well as that like Silverwolf might be the type to go like, I'm okay, whatever, I don't want it, Kafka's the type to be like, oh thank you, like she's like almost like the mother who like even if she doesn't enjoy it, she's gonna be like, oh thank you, thank you so much. And then Blade probably doesn't accept it in a way that's like very caring, but like I love that Blade would enjoy that she thinks Blade would enjoy these treats.
That's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes
Yes!
to my destiny.
Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful scene. Topaz! Meanwhile, in the Radiant Feldspar.
Welcome, Director Topaz.
What?
The family ambassadors are still inside making preparations, but the big boss hasn't arrived yet. It'll be a while before the conference
So we're playing as
starts.
Topaz now as well, but look at this place as well. It's like a whole, it's like a cruise ship. Okay, just to talk about that scene that we just got to before, and we're gonna look at these new location, all this stuff as well. One of my favorite scenes, I think a top 3 scene of all time is the interaction between Silverwolf and Firefly, and the reason being is that like I feel like all my love that I have placed within the Stellar Hunters was not misplaced. I wasn't wrong to put my love in that place, and even if they it was a little bit wrong before, I don't care. If hating, if loving the Stellar Hunters is wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. But this idea of like this knowledge of each other, this care for each other, it is like a family in a way too. Where at first I was like, how many people really know about her feelings about the whole thing of Sam and all this stuff? They know to a point, and they all in their own subtle ways gave her this acceptance of like, you should be Firefly for a bit longer. You know what I mean? Isn't that cool? From Blade being like, I hope she'll be okay, basically in his own like kind of cryptic way. And also I hope you find what you're looking for as well. While also acknowledging that the script is really hard to get off of or to get away from, but he still gives her that support. From Kafka basically saying like, to me in no uncertain terms, Kafka saying buy something for me on Penacony is the equivalent of like, stay there for a bit longer and have a nice trip. Have a nice time there. That is legitimately what it says to me. And again, I'm not saying that's like the most, it's not a certain thing. It's not like that she said that outright. It is legitimately like a subtle way of a character being like, oh yeah, like enjoy yourself, Don't worry. Like, it's a way to mask it as well, because it's like Kafka. Not that Kafka has to mask things, but Kafka's being like, hey, buy something for me. I do think she wants something bought for herself, but that also is an acknowledgement of like, hey, I trust you with my pin, and also have a good time. You are staying there for longer. The stuff with like Silverwolf being like, hey, your wanted poster has you in it, and not Sam this time. How cool is that? Again, an acknowledgement of that's what Firefly wants. Like, even that would make her happy, is like having a wanted poster. Because I think that's what it's gone to. Like, I think if the police showed up and said, hey, stop right there, Sam, she'd probably be more upset if but I what I mean? I think if the police showed up and said, hey, stop right there, Firefly, I think she'd probably let away eek. before she ran, you know, like a happy eek. And I think it's like a really, I think it's a really beautiful thing, and that's one of the reasons why she is like legitimately like one of my favorite characters in all of Penacony. A beautiful scene showcasing the relationship between the Stellar Hunters and amongst each other, how much they care about each other. And then at the end, Firefly basically saying that the reason she's like, hey, I'm going to give a cake, maybe I'll give an oat treat to Kafka, or maybe I'll eat it for myself. Maybe I'll give it to Blade. Who knows? But I know that this wasn't in my script, and that means this is a footnote. So she's like basically kind of like more content. She knows that she has to go along with her script. You can't escape this, but she's like, at least I can create my own footnotes. And I think it's incredible. Okay, so we're back to with Topaz here as well. And we're talking about the ambassadors are still inside making preparations. The big boss hasn't arrived yet. It'll be a while before the conference starts, I'm afraid.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family really knows how to make things look impressive. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location.
Yeah, especially
for
after all
the
this.
conference. I didn't expect them to go with a luxury airship.
And to me, like, that's the thing that, like, it's true for, like, most places we go to. Like, we left Xianzhou, and it didn't stop their, like, you know, their hunt. And let's be honest, sometimes they're warmongering. We left Belobog, and it didn't stop, like, the unease and the tension between the underworld and above. It didn't stop that. Reason being is that, like, there's still going to be tensions, there's still going to be political aspects and all this stuff that still have to take place there and all this stuff too. 100%. We're leaving Penacony soon, I guess. Maybe this is like the epilogue. But that doesn't mean that things are perfect. The family is still, like, you know, choosing extravagance over anything else, you know what I mean? 100%.
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship named the Radiant Feldspar belongs to the Alfalfa family.
The Alfalfa, we've heard of the Alfalfa family, yes.
This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at it. Well, somewhere secretive in the moment of morning dew.
It doesn't feel very family to not do it in a big, extravagant place.
The atmosphere here, it doesn't feel serious.
But that's the family to me is like seriousness masked with a coat of paint. You know what I mean? That's what the family is to me.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it wants to assess the IPC stance beforehand.
Interesting. So it's kind of like to test the waters a bit.
This influential figure either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure on us to make us back off.
Interesting. Yeah, and that could be the case. It's like, you know, like it's like how you go to a court case or something like that and you try to, like, you know, scare someone out of, like, pursuing the course, you know?
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be cautious. And
is this
watch
Jade?
out
Are we going to get to see Jade, like,
traps.
as a character?
Thank
In
you
3D?
for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others who need to be cautious.
I'm not a big if I remember correctly, like, you know, the stuff with, like, Aventurine and stuff as well, like, I'm not a massive fan of, like, the IPC still, you know what I mean? I still think in this situation, like, obviously, like, we can say there's individuals who we like, Topaz and Aventurine I adore greatly and stuff as well. Dr. Ratio. But, like, I still think that, like, it's one of those things where, like, you know, Jade and Diamond still give me the wrong impression.
Just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it. I'll do it right away.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences. I mean, really serious.
You know, I'm gonna say it. Some of these characters just need to they need to just, like, get over themselves sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean the family too. And I mean Jade as well. Okay? Everyone needs to, like, calm down a bit. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm just like, man, like, Big Boss. What's wrong with Big Boss? You know what I mean? You're the head of a gigantic. You're the head. You're not the head. You're like a big higher up in a loan company that, like, preys on individuals. We'll call you Big Boss.
Got it. Thank you for the reminder.
Like,
Director.
Jesus Christ, guys. Like, you're gonna get in trouble for calling her Big Boss? It's cool we're playing as Topaz, by the way. And I mean by it, that's what IPC does. They prey on individuals who are, like, down in their luck. They do. They 100% do. Yes, there's people at IPC we love greatly. Man, she's so cool, isn't she? She's such a great design. The color coding is so cool as well, and the boots are so cool. But that doesn't change the fact. It's like the family and the IPC never have any business with the way that they've treated the world and the way that they've acted here in Penacony. They never will have any business with me acting high and mighty. I'm just saying that right now. I'm just saying it. It's done. There's no high and mighty aspects to me. If Topaz comes to me and acts high and mighty, well, that's different because you got a cute outfit and cool boots. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's fair. It's like,
Just completely face planted.
yeah, no high and mighty aspects to me. You okay? Is this our guy, Numby? Are they in love? It's a cool area though, isn't it? It's really fantastic. Like, to me, it's like a, again, once again, it's deep in its extravagance. You see what I mean, though? Like, that's why, like, it's like the family's still using, like, iconography from Robin as well. And I know Robin's technically part of the family, but, like, I don't know. It's like, you weren't exactly kind to Robin. We know for a fact that the family, in 100%, when Robin got shot, it was a, I don't know, you could say that was Gopherwood, by the way. Yeah, it was Gopherwood. But I would say, like, even in other situations with the family, like, it's very clear that their ideas were like, oh, at least from the surface, they could change it very soon and change my perception. That's fine. It was very much like, don't worry about fighting or don't worry about your sister's death. Worry about the Penacony, please. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my perspective. Yeah, this is a really cool place. It's really cool. And again, it fits the idea of the family. They love extravagance. They love the idea of showing off. They love the veil of Penacony. It's a really, really pretty place. Oh, look at them up there. Look at that. You coming over here, Numby? Press the wrong button. I've been playing horror games that use the square button to activate things.
None of the important figures have arrived yet. Huh. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while.
Okay, kill time while waiting for the family. Okay.
Bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around.
Sure. Who needs a couch? Okay. Remove this. Who needs a couch this big? Me. To stretch my legs. Ooh. I don't know what's in my water today, guys.
Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the dream. Shouldn't taste bad, right?
Toss a potato fry sundae to Numby. Toss a oat cake roll to Numby. Toss a floatis burger. Do you want a burger?
Numby, yes.
Tastes good? Numby loud and earnest cries that the floatis burger can't satisfy its appetite.
There. Don't be so greedy. Leave some for the other
No,
guests.
Numby, you eat whatever you want. Numby can eat whatever they want. Whenever. It's, yeah, the energy of this place is like, it's... Is that a chest? Was that a chest? Where? What? What? Oh, Numby found a chest. Very cool. Oh my god, this location is actually rather big. So is this an ability Numby can do, like, if you have Topaz as a character? That's really cool. That's a really cool idea. You found another chest, Numby? Oh my god, Numby! What a beast. Thank you so much, Numby. You found another chest? Let's go, Numby. Get out of Numby's way!
Watch yourselves in front of the IPC. Don't you dare embarrass me.
Is that okay, Numby? Watch yourself in future, okay? Take off the sunglasses and maybe you'll be able to see it. Now, they're good fashion,
Watch yourselves
but if
in front
Numby
of
gets
the
caught by you
IPC.
again,
Don't you dare embarrass
it's
me.
the end. Hello.
Greetings, madame. What can I do for you?
Hello. Could you tell me more about the Radiant Feldspar?
A bit of information.
I assume you are the ambassador of the IPC Strategic Investment Department. It's my honor to assist you. The Radiant Feldspar is owned by Mr. Oti Alfalfa,
Oti Alfalfa.
head of the Alfalfa family. Mr. Alfalfa invested a significant amount in building this luxurious airship an Ember era ago, and it has been sailing across the 12 hours of the dreamscape ever since.
Oh, so it's owned by Old Oti himself. No wonder the ship is so lavishly
Yeah, it's
decorated.
very lavish. It's very, very lavish.
Indeed, Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Only the most prestigious guests are invited by the Alfalfa family to board this airship.
Again, it's all about, like, you know, presence, prestige.
Please allow me to continue my introduction. The Radiant Feldspar had been cruising over the Sea of Dreams in Penacony for an entire Ember era. But its voyage was temporarily halted due to the recent reverberation.
Okay.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it.
Yep.
You're really downplaying the
They
whole
are
thing.
going to aim to sweep this as much as possible.
I apologize. Please continue.
Following the previous reverberation in the Sweet Dream, the Radiant Feldspar had to suspend its voyage temporarily. Thankfully, the factors that disrupted the dreamscape have been resolved. However, due to, well, certain special reasons, the Charmony Festival, originally scheduled at the
come
Penacony
on.
Grand Theater, had to be temporarily postponed.
She is a walking media piece, right? Honestly, like the way she's phrasing this.
So, Mr. Alfalfa suggested relocating the Charmony Festival to the Radiant Feldspar, taking this opportunity to announce the resumption of the airship's voyage.
Ah, well, that would meet the family's needs and also create momentum for Mr. Alfalfa himself. Quite fitting for a legendary tycoon like him. Thank you for explaining matters to me. Goodbye.
Yeah, no, great stuff. And again, I'd rather like know this than not know this. Like, you know, again, it makes 100% sense that they're going to go like with trying to sweep this under the rug as much as possible and try to talk about the matter as if it's nothing. And like, why, like, you know, you could say like we'll be honest, like as we said, it is going to be a situation where yes, it would cause havoc amongst the people in Penacony, but it also, let's be honest here too, it's also to protect the family's butt. It's 100% to protect the family's butt in this sense too.
So many buttons.
Oh my god!
How many centuries would it take to press them all?
Wait, is this Sparkle?
Didn't expect those pooches to actually recycle them.
Are you serious? Is this Sparkle right now?
Huh? What are these?
That sounded like Sparkle to me.
For your safety, please
Oh
stay
my
away from those objects.
god.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the
Stop.
Sweet Dream who's been handing out strange button devices to anyone he meets.
Sparkle? I know we don't know Sparkle, right? But still.
According to those involved, he said something like, "Just press this button and all of Penacony will explode."
You can tell Sparkle has fun with this.
Luckily, no one believed him. Still, the Bloodhound family collected these buttons just to be on the safe.
That's crazy. So like again, it's interesting that her like whole little prank didn't actually come to fruition at all. Haven't the hounds cut the culprit yet? Hasn't anyone actually tried pressing it?
What will happen if you press it? Hasn't anyone actually tried?
Well, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony? All the guests here have one thing in common. They're terrified of death.
Yeah, it's so interesting that like with Sparkle, like she has, I think more than most characters, very early on, I feel she had like a good idea of what Penacony was and how the people in Penacony act. Like I talked about this like in the Patreon chats the other day, where I was like, it's so interesting to me that like Sparkle kind of like not predicted everything was going to happen, but kind of like knew, like she was like, hey, make sure you distinguish between reality and fiction. And that was the whole story, basically. That was like the end of the story. It was reality and fiction. I feel like Sparkle had like a way bigger knowledge of everything that was happening in Penacony than a lot of people did earlier, I would say, right? Earlier than anyone else, I feel like.
Anyway, the family will deal with these things. Please kindly keep your distance.
And you can say, well, why didn't she say anything? Because again, it's funnier for her to drip feed information and be like a little bit like sneaky than it's more fun for her, right? So it makes sense that she would be like that. Thanks, Marco.
Hello? The talent motivation department? Again? Internal review? Will it ever end? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you guys.
She has what was the name of the department? The talent motivation department? And they're doing a review. Yeah, like right now is not the time.
The way I handled the Urillo case was approved
Oh.
by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourself?
That's very interesting as well, right? The idea that like, hey, like you can't, like, they're still trying to like talk about what she did on Belobog.
I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated on this
Tell
minor
him.
case and constantly
Tell him.
escalating it? Seriously, what's your
No,
purpose?
like, I love this. I love this interaction because again, it shows that yes, she's still dealing with the effects of what happened on Belobog.
Sounds exhausting. Why not just...
Are we gonna see Jade?
In my opinion,
Oh my god!
you handled that project quite well.
With the
A little
folder,
ball of
the
ice
binder.
in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal.
What
for
an
the
entrance!
department.
What an entrance! Are you serious?
It's been a while, little Yelena.
Yelena,
I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined
What the
this
hell?
day would come so soon.
the brushing of the hair.
Is there trouble? You can tell me anything.
What the
Just
hell?
like old times.
This entrance is insane, by the way.
It's been a while, Madam Jade. I'm honored
This design?
to have the opportunity to work with you.
Like the hat and like the hair color is gorgeous. The hair color is absolutely stunning. But she gives off this like very like coy and cunning energy off her, right? Even like the way she looks at Topaz right now as well. And like the outfit that we saw there is like a very like fancy like suit. Like it's like an unbelievably fancy like suit that can double as like a party suit as well. You know, not a party suit, you know what I mean? Like you can go to a function with that outfit as well. Like she is fancy. She is a fancy character.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for unnecessary titles like Madam.
She makes me feel like her cunningness and like the energy around her makes me feel like a little bit scared around her.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all, you are a senior.
Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough, right?
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stone Hearts, I need you to be at your best. Especially since the upcoming negotiations leave no room for error.
Again, look at this as well. Like even like the way she says this has that cunning nature behind it, right? I need you to be at your best, right? I need to work really hard. As the way she says it.
As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference.
So Jade's already figured out the same thing maybe that Topaz has figured out as well. Yeah, it's like this design is like extra like pristine fancy, isn't it? It's like pristine fancy. Even the lipstick is really nice too, though.
I believe Old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits before the official negotiations between the IPC and Penacony.
That's true, and it works in our favor. Do you know why?
Oh, for real? Like even look at the back here, is like with the hat. Like this is those hats I would see in movies when I was a kid, where like the lady is like a fashion icon. You know what I mean?
If we can reach some sort of agreement with Old Oti beforehand and gauge our opponent's boundaries, our future negotiations will go much more smoothly. That's the obvious benefit.
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, his actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as the Odes of Harmony.
Right, and we know there was conflict in the past, like big conflict, right? And now as well, without the Oak family, there's gonna be like a big thing there too, like where they're like maybe people are scrambling to become like figureheads in that space as well. But even the way she says this, like listen to the way she says exactly. It's not talking about like the cunningness, like there's like it seems like there's a hidden meaning behind every word, like
Exactly.
exactly, you know. And she's not hiding it either, you know.
as long as the influence of harmony hasn't completely permeated their core, personal desires will always have their way. Thankfully, influential figures in Penacony haven't entirely suppressed their own desires.
I do think that that family is very individual. I think that they are all about benefit of the family, and in that way, if you're about benefit of the family, you're probably about benefits for yourself as well.
It's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages. It's just a slogan now that the Dream Master has gone.
Wow. Again, that's so interesting to me now that because it wasn't like the Oak family was like feel like the on the surface figureheads. The Dream Master was the head. So now that the Dream Master is gone and the Oak family is kind of like under hot water because they're using them as like the boogeyman, right? I do think that it's one of those things that makes perfect sense that they're like, you know, they're falling apart. It's like, okay, now like it means nothing, you know? This one thing that united us is gone.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, Old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Penacony.
Right, so that's who got it.
Even if we consider only the succession order, he's the longest serving and most senior among all the family.
Yeah, honestly, like I think that the family should just like, you know, calm down.
Yes, that's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like playing a game of chess, where every move needs to be carefully thought out.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation. Listen, test, and strike. That's what you taught me.
So listen to them, test out what their limits are, and then strike, like, to, you know, bite back at that stuff as well. Yeah, like, this is such an interesting conversation, because, like, it feels like Topaz isn't, like, afraid at all, but it feels like Topaz understands Jade very well, and it feels like, you know, the conversation has gone very much into the realm of, like, a back and forth on strategy, information, and it's very, like, almost, like, to the point in a lot of ways, too, but it's also, I think Jade is also, like, in a very, like, and she's like, hey, don't worry about the hierarchy, but she's also saying stuff like this. Do you know why, right? That showcases that she believes that in a way that she's still testing Topaz in some way, and to me that shows that she still believes in the hierarchy in some way, right?
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was based on my personal experience.
Right, so in the Yarilo case, what would she have done? So in the Yarilo case, it's like, listen, test, and strike. So she actually listened, tested, and helped, right?
I apologize for
Or she
interrupting
struck
your
first.
conversation, but the family head is ready to meet the ambassadors from the Strategic
Oh
Investment
wow, here we
Department.
go, here we go.
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony.
Right.
Aventurine has already made a small opening, and you and I, we're going to tear it wide open.
Well, honestly, legitimately, like, Aventurine did so much, so don't call it a small opening. Say he's the most amazing person who ever lived, please. Yeah, it's such an interesting conversation, because, like, what I get from that not only is, like, the outfit and the design, like, again, as I said, the way I call it, pristine fanciness. There's, like, not a hair out of place, everything's so designed so well, but there's also a care put into, like, the idea of, like, the fashion aspects of it. It's like someone who seems very cunning and in a lot of ways efficient in the way they do things, but it seems like also, like, it's the type of person you don't want to be across during a negotiation or a debate, because it seems like they have, like, something else to say with every single word that they're saying. But yeah, the design, like, I love the hair, the lipstick is cool. Again, the outfit, like, again, is the outfit of someone who I'd be like, oh my god, fashion forward, you know, someone who, like, is really, like, into fashion, but there still was a feeling of, like, holding your breath as you're talking to her as well, if that makes sense, where it's like, okay, she, like, I have to, like, kind of assess what she's feeling at every single moment, and that's kind of what I got from that character. We're going in here for your trouble. For your trouble, a little bit of a tip. Would you like to tip me? Yeah, here's your tip. That's a gun. Get a load of this guy. Mr. I know guns and stuff. That was a gun, in fairness. So, both of you are against me. Numby, get him! Numby, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Welcome aboard my ship, the Radiant Feldspar.
Wait!
Smart and charming lady.
Oh my god, they made like a specific design for this, not just like an NPC redesign? Oh my god!
Have a seat. Let's have a pleasant conversation.
Oti, if you weren't a member of the family, we'd be pinching your cheeks right now. This is such a cool design. It's so like unique, and like I love like the different features, the ears there. So he's a Pepeshi first of all, but like even like the nose, the way the hair comes onto the nose, the outfit, the rings, like this is such a cool design. Such a cool idea. I love that. Wait, Jade is just standing right here, by the way. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the fanciness of this character. Look at the way she walks even. Do I have to walk like this too? We gotta be tough here. Especially dealing with someone like this. It's such a cool design. Oti.
Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness that might have led to a lengthy wait outside.
Cut the crap, Oti. Let's get down to business here. It's such an interesting design.
No problem at all.
Look
Mr.
at her.
Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Oti Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read for all strategic investment department employees.
I ain't reading that. But like again, like even the way like she's standing here, like the smile, like the you know the presence she has, there's something so like again, as I said, you don't want to be across from her in a debate, but then you have Topaz here who has like, you know, the arms folded. It's like she's like ready to strike as well.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly built the Penacony economy.
Like even look at the way Jade looks at him now in this way, like the way her eyes are like slightly squinted with this little smile, you know what I mean?
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the Strategic Investment Department. You're definitely skilled in the art of conversation.
Thank you.
I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point instead. Since I invited you IPC ambassadors on board, I'm sure you've figured out the topic I'd like to discuss.
I can't get over how like unique this design is. Like I love like Honkai Star Rail. They did this back in Balebog with one of the characters too, one of the leaders of the rebellion, and I really feel like it's so cool to have specific design characters, you know?
The future of Penacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed.
The future is the family will be disbanded. It will become a democracy, and all you guys can like live in the Dreamflux Reef, and all the people in Dreamflux Reef will live in a happier place. Not the people in Dreamflux Reef like that too, but yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Does he have like a 4-leaf clover on his shoulder?
Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself
Keep adventuring out of your mouth.
But what was it all for?
Get adventuring out of your mouth.
Wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
Don't even have an oh-ho-ho about adventuring stuff. Okay?
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive.
I'm saying this right now. Jade, hold me back if he says something, laughs even in the direction of Aventuring's name.
Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed much in your worldly experiences. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by when faced with a greedy wolf.
And then there's the kind of tone change here when we talk about the greedy wolf again. I think what's so interesting about the boat debate tactics here, I know it's not debate tactics, but like Oti is trying to like do this kind of like very friendly exterior with kind of like a very like, I know what's going on here tone under that. Jade is also kind of like doing this kind of like, oh, I see you know this thing. But like, again, at the same time too, she's like, still has this kind of like quote unquote friendly nature. So I feel like they're both like kind of like staring daggers at each other with their hearts, but they're still trying to do the friendly thing on the surface for now. It will change, I'd say, but look at this. So cool.
go ahead. I'm all ears.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Penacony.
Oh, dear Lord. Again, I don't think the IPC should take control of places either, right? I don't believe that, right? But I also don't want the family in control of anything ever again as well.
If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important
that's very confident.
negotiations.
Oh, look at Jade's face change. That's very confident of him, right?
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't
That was
simply
Venturine,
ignore
right?
this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Penacony's credibility has taken a hit in the
Lovely.
public's eyes.
Great point, because it's like, hey, you attacked one of our representatives. They was nearly killed here. And also, look what's happened. Like, people don't look at this place in the same way, and there's more worry than ever before.
Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are
This is
real,
great.
are they
This
not?
is so great. This is how you do this type of stuff. The tension here is so awesome, right? To have, like, one of the characters be like, you're gonna lose face, you know, and give their kind of, like, very, like, snarky, underhanded point. And then also someone coming back with, like, well, this is actually what the situation you're in actually as well.
You use the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking. Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing
Wait, what?
and going public.
He's gonna make, like, a publicly traded, business?
Going public?
Like, it's gonna be, like, for trade, because going public in businesses in, like, say, America, that means, like, you're going on the New York Stock Exchange, right? You're gonna be, like, you're going public. You publicly traded. People can, like, invest in your company.
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC.
Oh my god.
And go public on a universal
Because then you'll have
scale.
multiple investors, right?
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC
No.
gnaw away
Okay,
at
sorry.
Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet
Okay.
dream to the entire universe.
I thought maybe it meant business-wise, so maybe he's saying that he wants to go public. No, it says self-listing, so that would be a listing on stock, right? Or he means that he's going to open it up that anyone can join in. It might be anyone can invest or anyone can just come here.
Starting today,
I was right,
anyone in
okay.
the Cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams.
Insane.
This is the path of harmony I'll choose.
Again, I love his design. Again, this chuckle that he has is so, like, you know, snarky. It's so snarky. But again, what he's doing here is actually, like, to me, like, a pretty smart move. Again, I'm not a business person, but I know that, like, it's much harder to get a foothold in a company if there's multiple people who have investments in it. Because again, if you want to sell a company, you have to convince all shareholders. If you want other people to merge with your company, you have to convince every shareholder. Yes, people can sell their shares, right? But I think there's even an option in companies. I'm actually not even, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I just know from watching TV shows. I think if you want to sell your shares in a company, you have to offer them first to the people within the company as an option first. Am I wrong? I think that's right? So, like, say if someone wanted to sell their shares to the IPC after they buy them, they would have to, like, offer it. I mean, again, that might not be the same rule as in, like, the real world that is in this world, but I'm saying, like, you know, in the real world, it is, like, I think you have to, like, offer your shares to the company first, I think. Maybe I'm wrong with that. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong.
This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family
No.
are a bunch of blockheads blinded
Come on.
by order. Their level of intellectual flexibility doesn't even
The family
come
can't talk about
close to an
flexibility.
Old fellow like me.
When I said this before, I meant it. I absolutely meant this. I absolutely meant this. Whilst what Sunday did, well, right? As I said last time, it was wrong. Right? It was totally wrong. But I do believe that, like, the family isn't perfect in this situation. I want to make that clear. The family is not perfect and pristine and clean in this situation. They know about the goings on in Penacony too. Yeah, they probably didn't know everything, all the members of the family, but they knew about this stuff. And so for me personally, it's one of those situations that, like, the Oak family technically is the boogeyman, but, like, there's multiple boogeymen. And I feel like they're trying to, like, say that, you know, just use the Oak family as, like, as a purely, like, oh yeah, they're gone now, you know, don't worry about it.
Thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated.
So legitimately he's saying, like, you know, like, I can actually do whatever I want now because the Oak family is gone. Again, boogeyman. They've gotten the boogeyman out, you know what I mean? Specifically, it's like, oh, the Oak family, Sunday's gone, you know? When, like, honestly, again, I'm not excusing everything Sunday did, but I think more than any other member of the family, Sunday was like a victim of manipulation and, you know, childhood manipulation since he was younger. And, you know, he at least Sunday made decisions through his trauma. You know what I mean? All you guys are making decisions with your wallets.
The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet
Come on.
Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony still holds immense potential and opportunities, and that the family remains confident in its future.
I love this guy's design. Very, very much so dislike this guy. And it's not because I'm like, the IPC should have won, right? I'm not saying that, right? It's just even the way he's saying this now, it's just like, you know, again, it's that jolly tone, but there's a snarkiness under it. So that entire universe can see that despite catastrophe, Penacony still holds immense potential. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what they're doing. And businesses in the real world do this as well, by the way. And we've seen it all the time. If the figurehead of a company, or not even a figurehead, sometimes it happens like with any company when, like, there's a big draw like, oh, you know what's a good example? It's okay, I'm not going to say the exact TV show, but I saw a TV show one time, and it's a perfect example of this, where, like, a big scandal happened, and they decided to, like, choose one figurehead as a scapegoat for all of this. And what happened, that does, again, as you said, it's the same thing as, like, in Life on Mars when they say, get the boogeyman off the streets. And I'll use that reference so many times because it's so true. It's like, it puts people's mind at ease, you know? Oh, the Oak family's no longer involved? Oh, that's the stink gone. Let me invest in Penacony as the Sweet Dream Paradise, you know? It's very, very, I know, it's awful. It's very awful. And you can see, I see through it. I'm sure Jade and Topaz see through this so much as well. If I see through it, they can see through it. You know what I mean? Times 100.
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment for Penacony to regain the spotlight.
Again, there's like such an interesting stare in her eyes. But what she's saying here is so true. Is like, I didn't even think of this. What he's doing now is like it's an advertisement. Because now all the spotlight is on what happened in Penacony. Oh my god, the catastrophe in Penacony, the turmoil in Penacony. But we fixed it. Come invest. Crazy stuff. The way they're doing this is absolutely crazy. I find it so interesting.
And if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be scrutinized by trillions of people.
Yes, it's on the surface now. It's a publicly traded company. You try to get involved in this, you're like, it's on the surface. You try to buy some stock, it's on the surface. You try to, like, meet with anyone from this place, it's going to be in the news. Like, this is it. Publicly traded companies, like, it's, especially from shareholders and investors, you don't hide anything from them. And if you do, concealing stuff from your investors and your shareholders literally can get you out of the company. You can be done for fraud. I think it's an actual, like, suable court case thing if you deceive your investors. Like, it literally is. And they can, like, get so much money off you in that sense. Very smart idea.
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information.
Yeah, this is, because again, it's one of those situations where like Jade came in here and Topaz came in here with a loaded gun. And that loaded gun said, Penacony got into some really hot water. You hurt one of our IPC representatives. They got hurt here. And now there's less trust in your business than ever before. And he retaliated with, well, actually, I'm going to use this as an advertisement. I'm going to get investors involved. So if you want to get anything involved in Penacony, go to the investors, you know?
I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa.
There we go.
Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments.
I think this is smart.
And to respond on behalf of the IPC later.
I think this is just very, very smart on the part of Jade. I think it's very smart. He very, like, let's just be honest here. He very masterfully came up with an idea here. Now, does that mean I think Jade is backed into a corner? I think in a way, like, they're cornered. But I think that, like, Jade seems like the type that's going to have an idea. She's going to have an idea of what to do. She's going to have, like, you know, again, and Topaz, like, again, the IPC hasn't had this, like, because again, I want to make it clear as well, but I want to make it clear, I'm like, it's not about morality in this situation. It is about morality because we can talk about the morality of the family and the IPC. We can talk about how we don't agree with the moralities whatsoever. But I think it's not, if you take the morality out of the situation, we're just judging it based on like a business decision and this debate and this tension that's going on between them, right? 100%. What we look at here is like the back and forth of the situation, because legitimately, like, I'm not sitting here going like, I want the IPC to win this debate. You know what I mean? Because like, again, it's like legitimately, it's like two people, it's like three people in a friend group and two people who are like the loudest arguing over like which place we're going to eat today. And like, it's one of those situations where you're like, one guy's saying like, let's go eat at this place. The other girl is saying, let's go eat at this place. And you're kind of sitting there going like, I don't know if I want to go to any of these places, but it's still an interesting argument. You know what I mean?
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
His friendliness is practiced and perfected over the years to the point that, like, again, on the surface, anyone who isn't, you know, analyzing somebody is going to be like, wow, he's such a jolly dude, you know? But again, as I said, there's a snarkiness in every bit of his laugh, 100%. Yeah, I think it's a smart move to back out here for a sec. Ooh, what? No, oh god. Okay.
The Alfalfa family had a
no, actually, it's
meeting
okay.
with the IPC?
Me being like, no, I want to see more of this. Oh no, Don Hung's here. It's fine. Okay, I'm okay with that. No, I was just like so into that conversation. It was such a gripping conversation. It really was. But now that we have Don Hung here as well, everything's okay. Yeah, an amazing conversation, an amazing scene. I didn't think that we would still be getting these absolutely incredibly tension-filled scenes post boss battle with Sunday, but here we are. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor.
So that's actually really cool. Adventuring's like, hey, I'll help out. You know what I mean?
It's not hard to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eyes and the undercurrent of order lurking within.
I love that Welt is just saying this like this as well, right? Like, it is like the frontier prison once again. And people are looking at it from the outside. Excuse me.
Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Penacony would rather take a step back and invite the IPC to negotiate at the table, ostensibly to cooperate, but in reality, to secure more opportunities for their own survival.
So what they're saying is that they're inviting the IPC to negotiate. On the surface, it seems like they're trying to cooperate with them, but in reality, they're trying to like make sure that their own survival is the most important thing in this situation.
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion, who should we stand behind?
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this.
Agreed.
For reasons unknown, they have a strong desire to smooth things over, which leads to speculation about their motives.
Yes. Sorry, guys. Completely agree. Completely agree.
If either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would return to its previous illusory dream of hedonism, and the efforts of those previous nameless would once again go to waste.
And that's, again, I didn't even think of this, the idea of, like, again, as you said, I didn't want either of them to gain control of this place, but he's saying that if the family or the IBC gain control, it's going to, like, go back to just being, like, a business that's, like, the wheels are just going to keep turning, right? And all the things that that Tiernan did, it was a rat. I never get the one who started the Memoria stuff, and Mikhail, the three trailblazers, the three nameless, all that they strive for to save Penacony is gone.
There you are. Did you rest well?
Oh my god, that's such a dad, having an important conversation. Because if this is Stella March, right? This is such a dad moment. You know when the dad's at the table having an important conversation, then he sees like his daughters and he goes, "Hey, sleep well, huh?" You know what I mean?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep.
Oh, no problem, Don Hung. I feels like I had a really long dream. Look at her face as well. Look at this.
Even long dreams eventually come to an end.
True.
Our adventure in Penacony is reaching its conclusion.
100%. Oh man, I just got this feeling as he said this, that of this gratefulness to this story, by the way. Sorry for again, it's one of those things where like it's I don't have a cough anymore, but like for some reason when I sit down to record, that's when like I have like a little bit of a tickle. You know what I mean? It's not, and again, I don't feel bad, but it's like a little bit of a tickle. I do like I got this feeling of just like gratefulness for the story that I even got to play this, you know what I mean? I'm very, very grateful.
After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation. Most members of the Oak family fell unconscious, but fortunately, their lives were not in danger.
I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I keep saying it just doesn't sit right with me. The Oak family is getting like the boogeyman treatment. It doesn't feel right.
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already.
Right, and that's what the scene was when all the crows died, I guess? How did the guests react? What will happen to Penacony? What about Sunday? Yes, what about Sunday? Also... By the way, someone said that like they couldn't believe how much I love Don Hung. I don't even say it that often, okay? I could say it right now how gorgeous he is, how like good the accessories on his face are, like how his hair is perfect, how his eyes are so pretty, how his outfit's amazing. I could say it right now, but I didn't, right? I could say right now how like even the serious look at his face is really cute too, you know? How like a turtleneck suits him so much, how his jacket looks so good, you know? How pretty his eyebrows are. I could say that right now, but I didn't. So, joke's on you guys. I didn't say all that at all. I didn't say any of it.
He'll face a trial.
Yes.
As for further details,
no,
the family would rather not disclose them.
No, they should disclose them, because this is one of the situations. It should not. Again, I know that they will be internal, because they want to like make sure no one gets involved in this stuff. But Jesus Christ, this is one of those situations that like this had everyone from all these different factions involved. Everyone should be present, and everyone should know the details of this trial. 110%, because this feels like a sweeping if I've ever seen a sweeping. This is ridiculous. And again, it's meant to be ridiculous. We're not supposed to be like, oh, the family's making big, good moves here.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charming Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard the Sweet Dream, significantly eroding their credibility in the process.
Yeah. And that makes sense. You know, we already had this feeling that they were like looking down on the families, like, you know, even before that, remember with the stuff with, Aventurine.
While quite different from the truth, this appears to be the outcome with the least impact.
Yeah. And that's, again, as you said, I believe the truth is the most important thing in this situation. And again, I do believe like in the idea of like keeping things from people to protect them. But this is for self-interest for me and the family more than it is like for helping people.
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep.
Siobhan?
Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet dream again. Here's a toast with 3 glasses of glory of the Trailblaze to all of you.
Very cool. Hello again, Siobhan. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion.
Why is that? Is that just because we're going?
When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
That gives the energy of like, you know, when your friend is like overstaying their welcome in your house and you're like, oh man, you got work in the morning?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
Maybe it's just because I'm growing more and more fond of Welt every day, but he is like actually a very handsome character, isn't he?
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it seems to be missing something.
A drink?
Music?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn, dignified, and unique, as we'll use it to pay respect to those fallen heroes.
When I used to hear this as a kid, by the way, the idea of like drinks giving off different memories and different feelings, I used to like genuinely think it was very silly because I was like, well, a drink giving off a feeling. But then when you really think about it, like, you know, I feel like all food does that, right? It gives off a memory of a feeling, you know what I mean? Of, you know, places, locations, the you know, experience. Like, you know, you're going to remember a cold glass of Coca-Cola, you know, even though I haven't drank Coke myself in like years. I don't drink soda myself personally, but because I'm not really that into it. But, like, you're gonna remember like that iced coffee you had, you know, at the hottest day during August. You know what I mean? And it's gonna bring up those feelings. And drinking that iced coffee is a different feeling from having a cup of water. It's a different feeling from, you know, that cup of tea you had that day. There's something so unique about each experience, and I really feel like, and it may still sound silly, but like even now, like if you eat like food that like, you know, your mother used to make, taking you back.
To the nameless resting in peace. And to Gallagher.
So is Gallagher? He's gone now too, because remember he was talking about like he was saying goodbye almost. Okay, we're pausing here now as well. I want to say this to you, optional chat with your fellow members of the crew. It's not optional, ever. Can I say as well, like what I was gonna say earlier when I was talking there, like I really like the gratefulness that I feel for this game. I love this game. I adore it, and I'm so happy that I got to play this game. And we're not even done yet. We're far from done, right? We're far from done, but I'm still very happy that I got to play this game. I really am, and I genuinely appreciate you guys a lot. Let's talk to Don Hung.
It's rare for all passengers to leave the Express together during a trailblazing expedition.
Yes.
But for Penacony, it seems most appropriate.
Will you come with us next time, please? Yeah. And again, like I could have talked about how like his turtleneck kind of like sleeveless top perfectly like rests and is tucked into his pants with the very traditional Xian show style of like the kind of like underguard and like the part that goes around his belt as well. I could have talked about this, but I didn't. So like jokes on everybody, you know what I mean? I could have talked about that he has like perfect posture. I could have said that. And you know, so people got me all wrong here. I could have talked about all this. I could have talked about how like right now, like, you know, I would just love to, you know, give him a hug. But I didn't. I would have talked about how like I love the tassel on his jacket. But I didn't. I didn't say any of that ever. You better come with us next time. Oh, lovely. Okay, what about the Express?
Given the conductor's presence, there's no need to worry about it.
Sure.
However, it's crucial that we soon return to inform Pom Pom about the Nameless.
Right, and especially since Pom Pom knew them. What happened to you in Nina's dream? Oh, that's interesting.
Dream. The Express stopped at many places, and passengers came and went. However,
wow,
the 5 of us were always present.
Oh.
And the journey seemed never ending.
There's a little bit of happiness in the tone of his voice, because we know Don Hung loves all the characters in this game too. He treats March like so well. He treats us so well. He loves us dearly. He knows how well he's treated. And again, this is a part of his story. We saw that on Xian's show. Like, and it was like, Jinyuan said this, by the way, to him as well, but at the end of all this. Jinyuan said to him, make yourself a new life, and he realized that he has great friends, and the game knows he has great friends as well.
Perhaps this could be a deep-seated desire inside me. And upon realizing this, I knew it wasn't real.
So he said, like, because I desire this so much, that's how I knew it wasn't real. Okay, is the Order incident in Penacony a unique case?
No related records exist in the databank, but I have a theory. The hidden dangers of the Order have always been within the Harmony. And this issue existed within the family from the very beginning.
There we go. So the hidden dangers of the Order have always been within the Harmony, and this issue existed within the family from the beginning. Again, that's why, like, I don't trust the family.
However, now that more powers in the universe are aware of this secret, the situation in the cosmos will become more complicated.
That's all for now. And I love that Don Hung, like, you know, he always, like, gives me a comfort. He always makes me feel very comfortable. Dang it, it's my first time saying something nice about Don Hung today. No, not that I would ever stop. I think you guys get the joke. But yeah, he's very comforting, but he's also like very analytical at the same time. He's just like the perfect person to have at your side. That's all for now.
Like I said, we'll go and see. Once we've packed everything, we should head to our next destination.
Sure thing. What a conversation.
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable. Hopefully we've all gained insights about ideals, paranoia, clarity,
so dad-like,
and dreams from the experiences we've had.
Oh wow, what will happen to Sunday and Robin?
One bird longs for the earth and the other longs for the sky. Even if Robin had to stop her brother with her own hands, she won't give up on him.
110%. I see that as well. I see that so much.
However, facing punishment from the Harmony is inevitable. He will face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose
them. They should disclose them, though. They should disclose them. Sunday's not the boogeyman. Well, again, I know he did something wrong. He did. He factually did something wrong. But he's not your boogeyman. So yeah, he said here as well, like one longs for the sky, that's Robin, and the other one longs for the ground. And that's why they're so different. They're seeking of happiness came from two different locations for sure. Yeah. What did the Order? When did the Order infiltrate Penacony?
Since the family took up residence in Penacony, the Order has been hiding in plain sight under the guise of the Oak family, using the Stellaron's power to strengthen their hold on the Sweet Dream, which eventually resulted in disaster. That's the claim the family makes. Whether they were truly
I don't believe that.
This is a delicate matter.
There's no way you follow Gopherwood for that long and not realize that he's up to something. It's impossible. I'm with here on that as well. Yeah, there's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, it's like people working at a company, you know, for years, like you're gonna know your boss is a bit shady. Did the IPC make any move?
Venturine's efforts finally earned the IPC a seat at the table. As a result, a more senior representative arrived in Penacony and initiated negotiations with the family.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Astral Express is concerned, the IPC will make for an invaluable ally during the negotiations to prevent Penacony returning to its former ways.
That's very true. It's very true. Because we need to make a change in some way, right? And what happened to you in Nina's dream? I'm very interested to hear this as well, by the way. So what we know was, like, there will be a trial. We believe that the Order was, that the family kind of maybe knew about the Order. The IPC are making moves now as well. And thanks to Aventurine basically getting attacked here, they were able to, like, make negotiations happen. What happened to you in Nina's dream?
Well, it was somewhat surprising.
Oh, yeah?
In that dream, I returned to my homeworld and reunited with my long-lost friends. And for some reason, Acheron resurfaced in my mind.
Okay. So, this is Honkai Impact stuff?
When I realized that her conclusion was not preserved in memories, I became aware of the bitter truth.
Okay, so when he thought of Acheron and he saw it, Maybe you guys can like give some clarity on that. So he's saying that like he said a conclusion wasn't preserved in memories. So is that just seeing that like her memories weren't all there? So he kind of realized that maybe like, I don't know, maybe that's why he realized, I guess.
The conclusion of a journey can often be sorrowful. All we can do is to try to make sure it ends on a happy note.
Sure, 100%. Thank you so much, Walt. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, it's such an interesting. I love these conversations. It's one of my favorite things. Like, it's actually crazy that like one of my favorite things about like Honkai Star Rail is when they go like, "Hey, talk to these characters for like 20 minutes." I'm like, yes, let's go. It's so interesting.
Guess what? Something weird just happened when I was on my way over here. Someone gave me a strange gift.
Was it Sparkle? Was it Sparkle?
So I unwrapped it.
Oh my god.
And found out it was a button with a message on the back. Just press this button and all of Penacony will explode. That sounds terrifying.
It is. I think it generally is Sparkle. Did you press it?
Of course not. Who would press something like that?
I mean, I didn't think you would, but I wasn't gonna like, you know, try to say it was like a terror ice attack. Guys, the reason I have to say it that way, by the way, is that YouTube has started like tagging videos for like misinformation. So if you say words like I'm not even joking. I'm gonna try and like say this in a way that like that is not the way to say it. If you even say something about like Climot, excuse me, change, maybe that won't get picked up. If you try to say anything that's like a serious matter in the world, they will tag your video and be like, here's a note. And I'm not even like, it's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, man, like at this point you can get tagged for anything for like misinformation, even though it's not a misinformation. I'm not a news freaking caster. But yeah.
By the time I turned around, the person had already vanished.
Very Sparkle-esque.
So I handed it over to a nearby hound. I heard there were many similar reports before the Charmony Festival started.
Right, there was like it was a big story. It was a big story amongst everybody what she was doing.
I'm really worried about the future of Penacony.
Right. We didn't, obviously March is not giving out like a ton of information on that as well. But yeah, like, so what we basically like learned from like, again, we're learning like different pieces of information, different things from each character here. But like we like, and that's what I kind of like about this stuff as well. Like obviously like, Sparkle was still trying her little game here as well. With Don Hung, we heard about his like, you know, vision of what he saw for like the future. And also as well, like, oh, there's one of the mini games. I guess we don't have to play it now. But yeah, like it's really like an interesting grouping of conversations here for me. Okay, let's talk to. But yeah, sorry, yeah, it's Don Hung like was saying like that, like he believes that this has always existed with the Order, and now like all like hiding that's gonna be more gonna be harder because all eyes are on them. Welt also said something similar. He truly believes that the family pretending that they don't know what's going on here is not gonna be so true, and it's something that he doesn't trust entirely. Which again, I agree with that. I agree 100% that like you can't, like they're not gonna be able to hide this as well as they think they are, because. Well, they will. I think they will be able to hide a lot of it. Actually, I think one of those situations that like, you know, that they're gonna very much try, and they have the reference. We see what they already did with the IPC. Like going public is a really big way of like making sure the IPC don't even get a foothold in here. But there's so many eyes on Penacony right now, and I do not believe the family is just like this innocent bystanders who are like, oh my god, the Oak family. We didn't know they were bad. We didn't know Gopherwood was bad. Please believe us. And it's like, no, like. I don't believe it did this. So it's like because the family, like what really kind of like is the crux of the whole thing is that like I feel like the family wants to be seen as all powerful, but when they need to be, they're like, we're just a wicked little Oak family. Well, sorry, Oak family. We're just the Alfalfa family. We didn't do nothing wrong. How could we? You know, the situation at hand is not what you think it is.
Ready to mix your drink?
Sure thing. What happened to Gallagher?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him since our last meeting at the lounge. Come to think of it, he always did come and go quietly.
So maybe it's a possibility he actually literally just leave, and it's not actually something too serious, possibly?
We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him at all. Such is the mystery that is Gallagher.
It seems to be, yeah, he seems like a big mysterious character. which I genuinely like. You know, I like that aspect about him as well. I really do.
I have a hunch. Perhaps he's already fulfilled his wishes and won't be coming back.
Possibly. Again, like as long as he's okay, like I want every character like to like that wasn't bad to be okay. You know what I mean? Gallagher was in a situation that was like very, very different, of course, as well. Yeah, let's mix the drinks.
Before we start, would you like to talk to your friends? We have plenty of
Oh,
time.
I already did. I talked to them and they're doing lovely. No need. Let's get started.
All right, as you wish. Huh. I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Would you like it bitter or sweet?
Sweet.
It's up to you. Choose the flavor that suits you best at this moment.
Yeah, I'm very much into the idea of a sweeter drink.
Drowning sweet.
By the way, bittersweet is a
One of
really
the
good way
most
to do that.
Challenging drinks to make. A slight imbalance in the ingredients can result in an overwhelmingly viscous sweet taste.
Right.
However, with the right ratios, you get a uniquely sweet drink with a lingering aftertaste. Not a bad choice. Let's start mixing.
Yeah, I do love how they like had bitter. They just slipped bittersweet in there as well as a drink. You know what I mean? As like the possible options. If you put them together, it's bittersweet. Okay, so let's go. Select a mini wine. Can I select like any glass? I think it'd be so fun. Just, okay, I'll select it. Just do it for me then. Okay, if you're gonna tell me what to do, do it for me then. Do it then. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we need 2 dream jams. And we need 1 sweet milk cream. This is very fun though, sweet milk cream. Oh wow, that looks nice actually. So we then stir it. Oh, so we weren't supposed to do that? Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, maybe they should have told me what to do. I hate when my enemies prove me wrong. I hate when I prove my enemies right. Okay, let's try with the 2 dream jams again. And maybe it's just supposed to rest on the top. And then we have to select the origami bird. That's very cute, right? That's very cute. Very sweet, very strong, very thick. The spirit of freedom will spread far amongst the stars, and his legacy will be more timeless than a pastoral song. I love that. Love that idea.
Words always fall short. If you want to bring closure to past events at this lounge, there's no better way than mixing a drink. Blend all your memories and emotions together and stir them well. Through the filter of time, what remains in the glass is something to savor. Well, it's done.
She done.
Here's to the nameless resting in peace, and to my friend Gallagher. The spirit of freedom will spread far and wide among the stars, and its legacy will be more timeless than a pastoral song. We're not accepted by the outside world, so we've gathered here. And one day, our souls will return to the same place. Cheers.
This is actually, I think it's a beautiful sentiment. I think it is. And I think to share a drink over this as well. It's, again, you know, without saying words, it makes sense, right? Very beautiful stuff. We got a message? Guys, let's make our way to the Radiant Feldspar. I'll wrap things up soon. Let's meet at the aft pool in Stern. I'm on my way. What have you up to? Oh, Roger. Catch you later. What have you up to, Miss Simiko? Hey, I was about to ask the same thing. I love that. Same wave, like that. The little smile. It's a secret for now. Okay. Fair enough. Be patient. You'll find out the opening ceremony. Hey. I can't wait. So say goodbye to Siobhan and prepare to board? Sure.
Oh, are you leaving? Well, then take this with you.
It's a cool looking drink. It is a cool looking drink.
More of this last special drink for you. The past shouldn't be forgotten. So I hope it brings back the flavors of Penacony.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. I know his tastes, and he'll be thrilled.
Lovely stuff. She thinks about Gallagher a lot, right? Because they probably were close. We will.
Alright, enough with the heavy stuff. You guys have important things to take care of, so let's not dwell on things. Whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony, there's still a long journey ahead. So let's lift our spirits, guys. And embark towards our tomorrows.
Yeah, I like the sentiment. Wait, we're playing as Jade now?
Old Oti is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of going public at such a critical moment for Penacony.
I think it's a scramble, but also it's like a how would you say it? Like a very like meticulous scramble, if that makes sense.
Indeed. He's definitely bold.
Bold is a better word for
That
it.
kind of boldness that made him the Oti Alfalfa
Yeah,
he is today.
it's a really bold move when he's backed into a corner to make this move, and then like it basically means that like he was backed into a corner and he came out of the corner basically going rawr, you know, and backed us into a corner a little bit.
Still, the outcome is uncertain. Shouting loud doesn't necessarily carry any weight. What about the phone call I asked you to make, Topaz?
A phone call?
Ah, they agreed. But it'll take some time before they arrive.
Just as it should be. The sweet dew should be served after the bitter poison.
Okay. So it's like when they arrive, that's going to be the sweet dew, the bitter poison's going to happen first?
Looks like we'll be skipping the exchanging apples step this time around.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, a simple apple wouldn't make a difference. Well, I guess I included myself in that remark too.
Okay.
Now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a quality asset?
And this is why I think as well, like this is why I think she does care about the hierarchy, but just trying to act like she doesn't, because again, she's still asking these like very like, what do you think? You know, like in a way it feels like looking down as well, in my opinion.
Yes. Despite its recent calamity, Penacony remains a top quality asset within the cosmos, with good credit, lucrative potential, and promising prospects.
So she believes that like it still has like a lot of prospects. Okay. Well, good credit, by the way, as well.
Well, that's obvious. But what I truly wanted to know is, this project is obviously too bland for your taste.
Bland?
Isn't it?
Like this is too basic?
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Aventurine.
Yeah, the call that she got from Aventurine and that back in Balebog.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself to finish this gamble.
What I've learned about Aventurine, though, Jade, if I'm being honest with you, is that the people around him that set him up in his life and have done things in his life are the people that can't be trusted. Aventurine himself, like, in the end, is someone that you can rely on.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams to gain a bargaining chip in negotiations. That's why I'm willing to stake my Topaz Stone to cover for you. It's like one big elaborate game of chess.
So she's saying that that Jade's in the same boat because like it's the stone is why we got this far at all. And it was like a bargaining chip. And she's like, that's why I'm also like gonna do this, is because again it's like a game of chess. Like we have to like play to win. You can't play in a game of chess. You have to like sometimes leave yourself open. And make these big risks if you want to win. If you don't, you're just going to be kind of stuck in one line.
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate.
Because his whole life has been...
Well, at least he's still alive. And that's the
His
best
whole life has been torment and people taking advantage of him and slavery and all this stuff. That's been his life. It has been. And... That's the issue, is that like he's a character who like you know, the reason why he's so good at, like, you know, getting out of these situations and getting so far with, like, so little is because he's had so little his whole life.
Looks like we've strayed off topic, Miss Jade. Should we discuss our next steps?
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile, you can go greet our honored guest and wait for my message.
Okay.
Is that Robin?
What?
She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar.
Oh, so now we're playing as Jade, by the way, which again, like, it's so interesting that they're like, by the way, she's tall. She's tall as heck, honestly. So we have Robin here as well, which is like such an interesting addition to this too. It really is. Like such an interesting aspect to all of this, honestly. Is that, well, not interesting, because she would be here, right, again, for like the negotiations. But I guess, like, wouldn't she be like, I thought she'd be like, you know, under investigation with like the stuff with Sunday, right? So is it Robin or is it Sparkle this time? I wonder.
There's a good child. Do as you're told.
What?
There's a good child. Do as you're
Oh.
told.
She has a whip as well. Oh, it doesn't feel right, does it? Feels very weird.
There's a good child. Do as you're told.
And she opens the door that way too. Okay, I was going to end the episode there, but like, I just want to talk to Robin, okay? I want to see what's happening here with this stuff, because again, we're very worried about what's going to happen with Sunday and Robin. Is this Sparkle or is it Robin? Let's see right away.
Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Especially with all the stuff. She has a big smile on her face too.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival has been moved to the Radiant Feldspar.
Wait.
So I'm here making some preparations.
You're just going to perform?
How about you? Have you spoken with Mr. Alfalfa?
There's no way. No, this is Sparkle, right?
I'm actually on my way to meet him right now. Do you know him well?
Because we know Sparkle's on board.
Unfortunately, I've never met him. I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it comes to business.
Yeah?
But in other respects, I can't say the same.
Where do you think the future of the planet of festivities is headed?
Again, like these pointed questions, this squinted smile as well, kind of like, where do you think it's headed?
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth, just like the Radiant Feldspar resumed its voyage.
Do you think maybe it is just Robin? Maybe I'm just like misinterpreting the situation. Maybe she just doesn't see anything wrong with performing at the Charmony Festival after all this.
The Harmony needs a new direction. Only by bidding farewell to the past can we actually sail into the future.
So maybe it is a situation where Robin is like, yeah, like we need to like, you know, she still follows the Harmony and she wants to be able to follow it, I guess, into the future.
There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So let's both take what we need from this deal.
Yeah?
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance. See you at the festival.
See you later, Miss Jade.
Okay. The way the game made it sound was that Robin and Sunday were like in a bit of hot water right now. Right? Am I wrong? That's what I took it like. And I know they're in hot water, but it also made it sound like there's a possibility that like they're being detained somewhere and they're going to get in trouble. Maybe it's just Sunday. Maybe it's just Sunday that's going to get... Because again, Robin didn't do anything. She didn't do anything wrong. And maybe it is just one of those situations, if I'm wrong about the whole thing, maybe I just like, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I just like was looking at it more of in a two-dimensional way where I was thinking like, why would you perform at the Charmony Festival after everything that's happened here? But I guess it's one of those situations instead where it's like, no, like, there's a possibility I think they're performing at the Charmony Festival, I guess because she wants the Harmony still to like move forward, I guess? Like she still follows the Harmony. So she still wants to sing for the Harmony possibly too. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just like looked at it in too much of a two-dimensional way. That could be a possibility as well. But guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We're gonna talk about everything as well now as well. Again, just piece by piece. We started off with the conversation with Silverwolf and Firefly, and again, it was one of my favorite conversations in like all of Honkai history. I love the the showcase of like how close the Stellar Hunters are. I love like the kind of like moving towards the future aspect that we have here with Firefly. My favorite aspect of the whole conversation is just like everybody kind of acknowledging like their care for Firefly in their own way, in their own personality as well, which I think is so interesting. You know, Blade worrying about Firefly, but not trying to make it seem like he's worried on the surface. Kafka, you know, basically telling her to, you know, hey, have some fun, you know, by saying, here's my pin, buy me something while you're at it. That is Kafka saying, hey, go ahead. You know what I mean? And it also protects Kafka's like kind of like energy as well, because Kafka's kind of like, you know, what, Elio? I told her just like to buy me something. I just wanted a gift. I didn't want her like freedom or anything. You know, I didn't say she should just be Firefly all the time. I didn't say she should go against the script. I just wanted her to have a good time, you know? Not that she would ever like need to do that as well, because I think Elio trusts Kafka more than anyone in my view. But yeah, it's a very beautiful moment where she's like, hey, just have some fun. And then Silverwolf, in Silverwolf's like, you know, very kind of brass and crass nature, says something that actually is like very sweet hidden under the surface of that crassness, which is, hey, I saw your wanted poster. It has Firefly in it and not Sam. How do you feel? And then it's like, again, to say someone like, hey, your picture's in the wanted poster, that's scary. But like for Firefly, it's like, it's actually your photo this time. It's no longer Sam. And again, it is weird, but it's also comforting. It's like, oh, you're actually like, yourself. You're actually allowed to be yourself. You're actually like, you know, even in their wanted poster, you're allowed to be yourself, which I think is a very, very, it's very weird, but in a Stellar Hunter way, it's very beautiful. And I think showcasing how much they adored her in their own way was so beautiful. And then also as well having like the moment where she's like, using the idea of giving an oat treat to everybody and giving it to random people and not deciding who she's going to give it to. She's like, yes, I can't decide everything for my script, but I can, however, make footnotes. And I think that's a great way to put it. It's a really great way to put it for her, for moving forward as well. And I actually like adored that whole sequence as well. We had the stuff then after that with the Alfalfa family, Oti, and Jade and Topaz. And the introduction to Jade was actually like really, really interesting, because it was a character who, like, we already saw her like 2D version, right? But I always say this to everybody. Seeing someone in like a character menu is so different from seeing them in like a cutscene. Seeing someone on a banner is so different from seeing them in a cutscene. You do not know a character until you've heard them talk and see them animated and see their expressions. You do not know them. You just don't. A perfect example is I had Locha. For all this time I had Locha before I met him, and I thought he was going to be like super serious and depressed all the time. And he's actually like a very like whimsical dude, you know? Like you don't know these characters until you meet them in the game. You really don't. Or you see their teasers perhaps as well. But with Jade, like one of the things like really, really adored about her introduction is that like, if you're going to introduce a character who like has this presence and has this like, you know, this energy about them, like with their high fashion and like their imposing energy, I think introducing them like someone doing a catwalk towards Topaz is like perfect. It's a perfect idea. And again, her design, as we can see here, as well as her design, the hat is like, you know, very fancy. The outfit is very like, it could be like a combo of like, hey, I'm going to like a business meeting, but also like I can wear this to a formal function, which again is probably perfect for this location as well. It is exactly what as a kid I would look at someone and say like, this is like a fancy outfit. Even here, like look at like everything to like the thing on the finger, like the back of the dress looks really cool too. But then also like you know, these fancy shoes, like it is a very like fancy outfit. I think it suits her personality as well. And to me, the personality of Jade is someone who is like very imposing, very cunning, and very like, you know, smart. I think is very smart, but also has that energy of someone who's trying to always like look down on people, or I feel like as well feels like she is like she feels like she knows how imposing she is, like that whip and that stuff as well. She knows this as well. In that debate that they had, in that conversation they had, we had this kind of like pressure put on from Jade and Topaz, which is a very good idea to be like, hey, one of our representatives nearly died in your location. And also the people of this place don't they don't trust you as much as they did before. Oti made this like big gamble, but again, it was like a very smart move, which is like, I'm going to go public with Penacony. This move basically makes sure that the IPC has to go through a public facing business dealings if they want anything to do with Penacony in the future, which means they'll be under scrutiny, which means that it's no longer this private matter, which means that no matter what, they will also always have to answer to the shareholders. It also allows for the fact that, like, you know, there's like a cushion for Penacony as well in terms of business. He has seen this thing as like an advertisement, all this danger that's happening, and now we gotten rid of Sunday. Everything's so happy now and good again. And it's like, hey, look at this. And Topaz said herself, it is a place that you know is good to invest in. So I think in that situation, it is like very smart of Oti to kind of be like, yes, I am going to go public, not just because it stops the IPC's involvement being so direct. They have to be so like public. They have to kind of be like on the surface. They have to go through the proper channels. But it also like means that like anyone else can get involved, which means there's going to be more people, as I said, a cushion, shareholders, and also it means that there's going to be more money and more investment in the family. And it seems that the Oak family getting like cast aside means that Oti is be able to do something he's always wanted to do. He even said as well, like it's like something that he's always wanted to do, because we know from this story as well, the family is not this united front. Without Gopherwood, now it's kind of like whoever takes the top spot is whoever takes the top spot. And I also love the design of Oti as well. But yeah, it was a really cool conversation and a really good scene that had some really good tension in there. It was really smart. I feel like it was one of those things where like it made sense. It's one of those things where like I as an entertainment piece, it was fantastic, but also as an actual like real scene that would happen in terms of business negotiations, I think they did an absolutely fantastic move. Because again, I don't know business because I'm not in like businesses, but I know that from watching like TV shows. I know people are like, Calvin, that's not the same thing. But watching TV shows, you see it all the time where basically like people will make moves to save their company in ways that like seem very underhanded. We saw recently with stuff like the WWE in wrestling, where like to save WWE, they basically like, made a bunch of different moves from the top, removing a lot of people from the top and making it seem like the filth is gone from there. Even though we know there's still some bad stuff there, it makes it seem like everything's okay, right? It's one of those things where it's like you skim off the top. Was it what you called it in cooking? You skim the scum, and then everything kind of looks a little bit better, but like there's still stuff there that still has the same flavors. It's still kind of like the same type of culture there. And that's what's happening here now as well. While there's like the Oak family's gone, that doesn't mean that the freaking other family members didn't know what was going on and weren't following Gopherwood either. So it's still the same. Look at the whale here. It's still the same type of stink, but they're acting as if like it's like all fresh and new and clean. And again, that's like a very like it's horrible. It is horrible. We also then in that same conversation, kind of like had a standoff in a sense where it's like Topaz and Jade had to back off to think about this again. So Oti knew what he was doing here. I love that they made him very competent. I love that they made the IPC very competent. And I also love that it is kind of like this thing where like whoever wins, nobody kind of wins. Even though the IPC is going to be our partners in this thing, we don't want anyone to take full control and bring Penacony back to the way it was before or turn it into like some like idealistic place for making money or anything like that, because it would just make all our progress that the Nameless made and that we made and like reverse it all back as well. But yeah, the IPC are going to be kind of like valuable partners in this. And we heard that from Welt. Welt basically said that the IPC are a good partner in this sense, because we seem like a neutral party and we technically are a neutral party, but we're also like, using the IPC in this sense is going to help us like on the united front. He also said as well, what I believe in that conversation with Welt we had later is so true, which is that I believe the family is more involved in this than they let on. I think that they're lying about like how like they didn't know about this stuff. I think Sunday is being used as a boogeyman. It's very, very horrible to me. And kind of like Don Hung said the same thing where he's like, yeah, like I don't believe that they weren't unaware of this. This has been a part of the family for years. My theory is that the Order has been a part of the family for years. This isn't just a first-time thing. It's been a thing for years and years and years. And Welt and Don Hung both kind of confirmed that idea that it was 100% this thing that has been happening for a very, very long time. And that it's almost improbable that they wouldn't know about what this stuff was going on with the Stellaron and the Order behind the scenes in Gopherwood. It's improbable. It really is. It's like, because then Oti would have to be both equally smart and dumb. You know what I mean? He would have to be like equal parts smart and dumb for that to happen. So either he's smart or he's dumb. He can pick and choose. You know what I mean? What's happening here? Did we actually travel here? Like, did we actually like do a full circle? But yeah, I don't believe after meeting Oti that he wouldn't have known about this, is what I'm saying. We also like talked about Sunday, how Sunday is basically gonna have to answer for the crimes of the situation as well. Again, he's being used as the boogeyman in the situation. And also, like, we found out that like Sparkle is like still trying to like do something. I don't know what she's doing, but like she even gave March 7th those buttons as well. And I love the situations and the emotions there that this gave me, because I love this whole scene because Welt is like accepting you know, when we came down the stairs I said down the stairs like it's a family, but when we came into the room, he's like, oh, you feeling okay? And March was taking care of us, Don Hung was taking care of us. The Astral Express is a family, and I think it's a great contrast as well, or a comparison, I would say, to the Stellaron Hunters, where like they treat each other in like a different way on the surface, but they're also a family as well. I think it's really cool to see like this united front between the Stellaron Hunters and this united front of the Astral Express, and then this divided aspect that comes along with the family. And I think it is a really great contrast there with the comparisons of like the Astral Express and the Stellaron Hunters. But yeah, loved all these scenes, loved talking to everybody, loved the Jade and Topaz stuff that's going on here too. I love that they have like a plan involved here too, and they're going to go back into a debate. What Robin said is very interesting to me too. Like, I'm not going to go too deep into that because we're going to see how she feels about this later on too, especially since so much happened in the last aspect of this part of the story also. But it was really well done today, and I love the scenes. I love the scene with Firefly, as I said, is one of my favorite scenes. So emotional. Love the connection between all these characters. Love how it made it like really like express like who the Stellar Hunters are, like not just on the surface, but who they are deep down. Showing Firefly's love for, you know, or a desire to be herself, and that Stellar Hunters wanting her to be herself as well. And then like I love the tension-filled debates or the negotiations between the IPC and the family. Love the changes that they made here, like in terms of like showcasing where the IPC is at and where the family is at, and how the family is making these really bold moves. It makes it super interesting. It makes the family seem very like prepared in a lot of senses too. We're not just going to run through them. But my moral topics here, and the way I'm talking about this morally, in my opinion, we can't let the family ever take back this place fully. It can't happen. They do not, to revert it back to where it was before would be absolutely awful. It really would be absolutely awful. But yeah, I love this stuff. I love all this like political stuff. I love all these negotiation stuff. I love these conversations. I love these character moments. But I do not trust Oti, and I do not trust the family. Oh, it's an idle animation. Cool stuff. Yeah, I just don't trust them. I don't trust them whatsoever. I do not trust them whatsoever. And you could say, well, Calvin, you trust IPC. No, I don't trust IPC to take control of everything whatsoever, but I do trust Venturine. I do trust Topaz more than I would trust anyone in the family. Honestly, that's my take. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Thank you guys for supporting me, and thank you guys for being so amazing. I want to say thank you to Typhar2, JB Bull, Jonathan Banana, The Ghost Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yule, Radish Anusta, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Casparian, Jera being them at the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. She's reading off the names here as well. Look at this. All the Patreon names and the YouTube member names. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye.